So I'm ready to go whenever you give me the signal.
It's all yours, Stan. Go for it.
Okay, so thanks to UASA for the opportunity again to kind of share some of the stuff that's going on at Airsled. Today is a webinar about some of the new products and capabilities that Airsled is working on releasing, which will happen in the next couple of weeks. But as a preview, I thought working with Sarah would be a really nice opportunity to give members of UASA the opportunity to see things in advance and also take advantage of a promotion that we're going to do together. So the agenda for today is just a brief recap of Airsled, the company, talk about our current portfolio of appliance movers, which are really the products that I think folks on the webinar and in the appliance space gravitate towards. Also, we want to introduce the actual new products so you can see and understand what the new stuff is. I'll run some demo videos that are on YouTube right now. They're private, but they will be published to our website pretty soon once we release the products. And then talk about the Airsled UASA promotion to give folks the opportunity to save 15% off on stuff that's available today, as well as through a reservation form, receive 15% off the stuff that's about to be released as well. Okay, so as a overview, I think, and I apologize because I see myself on the bottom corner of my phone here. I don't think it's coming across so smoothly, but so Airsled has been around since 1982. It was founded in Delaware. Airsled is, not me personally, but Airsled is the original inventor of this portable, lightweight, low movement type of product, this type of solution that utilizes the low air pressure air film technology. So while over the years there have been some entrants into the space that basically cloned our product, we are truly the original and the inventor of the technology and the capabilities. We're based in Newark, Delaware. That's where I'm sitting at right now. And everything is made here. And we only use US sourced materials and components. We have 3 standard product lines, appliance movers. They're highlighted there in red because that's what we're going to talk about today. We have the bedding movers and 3-in-1 multi-purpose movers, all rated anywhere from 700 to 2,300 pounds, depending on which model or which product you are looking to buy or need to use. And there's another part to Airsled that is also pretty interesting, and that's our custom solutions. So while we're going to talk about our standard systems that you may be familiar with the orange blower and the small aluminum air beams, we also make custom solutions that have been rated to lift over 50,000 pounds. Okay, so, and I'm going to pause before I just jump into the next slide in case anybody has a question. And Sarah, I'm having a hard time possibly trying to see if there's any chat stuff that's happening. So maybe you can let me.
I'll take care of it for you.
Okay.
I'll just break in down here if there's any questions and then ask them for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this page right here are the appliance movers. These are the 4 systems that I think folks are most familiar with. They are the AM2200, the AM2201, the AM2400, and the AM2401. And quite honestly, what separates them is two features, whether you're getting the heavier duty lifting capability, the 900 pounds, or the more standard lifting capability, the 700 pounds. And then you could also option the systems to have either vacuum capability or not. So with that in mind, we've been very happy with these models, and these models are the ones that Airsled has been offering to its customers for many years. And you can see which is our top seller here, the AM2400, which is rated to lift 900 pounds. But things are about to change. And so let me kind of talk to you about that. when we looked at the prior page, we really had two categories of appliance movers, the standard as well as the heavy duty. And what we're about to do is we're about to introduce a new category of appliance movers known as the light duty appliance mover. This model will be rated to lift 450 pounds. It's going to now complement our portfolio by giving people an option that is lower priced and maybe a little bit better suited for technicians or for professionals who are in markets where needing the extra horsepower, that extra lifting capability just may not be necessary. And if it's not necessary, it may not be something that's attractive to you. You may not be interested in purchasing it. So we see an opportunity for this light duty model to make its way into our portfolio and fill some niches out there in the marketplace for folks that, like I said, may not need the more heavy duty or more capable appliance movers. The other thing that is really the big breakthrough, if you will, is that all of our systems are now going to be offered with a variable speed. Now, if you've ever had to pull a refrigerator or a washer and dryer out of a tight cabinet with very low overhead clearance, you'll understand immediately why this variable speed capability is so important and is something that you're going to want to really consider if you do indeed consider Airsled products. So before I get into a little bit more overview of the products themselves, when people come to our website, especially the new website that we're getting ready to release in the next couple of weeks, we do want to help them understand, well, why would they want a light duty versus a standard versus a heavy duty appliance mover? And again, I'll start with the categories of appliance movers that we've been offering for a while now. The standard appliance mover, and by the way, we're re-rating them to be 700 pounds or 750 pounds and 950 pounds. So the standard appliance mover really will cover you for pretty much every residential major appliance that you're going to run into in the course of service, repair, installation, removal, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Where it may start to struggle a little bit is if you are routinely needing to move some of the more luxury appliances, especially those that are greater than 48 inches. And within that area, especially the ranges, those heavy duty Wolf, Viking, Decor, Blue Star, you name it, whatever that premium model ranges, that's 48 inches. It's in that space where the heavier duty model tries to or succeeds a little bit better. And then ultimately this new 450 pound rated light duty model, as the text here says, it really does really well at that, kind of entry level range of appliances. Certainly it's capable to move many of the full size appliances. And in fact, I'll show you a video of the light duty model moving a stack, a large capacity stack residential washer dryer that weighs well north of 300 pounds altogether. So the reason why I'm showing this to folks is this hopefully helps people that are in the business of appliance repair and installation by looking at the pictures, by reading the text to help guide them in their selection, whether they need the light duty, the standard, or the heavy duty model. So let me pause here before I jump into some of the detail on this slide, if there are any comments or chat questions. Okay, so this slide really sets up the variable speed performance and tries to simplify it. Not that it was ever meant to be complex. But here are some very typical installations that I referenced: a refrigerator, a washer, a dryer. You could see right away they're involved or they're installed in very tight cabinetry where the overhead clearance is less than an inch. And with the single speed model, and when I say single speed, you can see here there's a toggle on-off switch. That's what single speed means. It's either on or it's off. However, with the new dial controlled variable speed, you can control the rate of airflow into your system with this little knob here. And the reason why this is a real powerful new capability is that in these situations right here with the washer, dryer, and the fridge, it's very easy to wedge the appliance into the overhead cabinetry or the overhead countertop. Even though all of our systems come with a airflow controller, there's a small little collar on one of the hoses that you can relieve some of the air pressure through. Our systems are still powerful enough that it doesn't take much force to lift and therefore wedge these appliances into the cavity. And the risk of that is you may end up, putting yourself in a situation where you could damage something. So you may separate the countertop from the cabinetry on the side, or you may just kind of bend the wood or do something that you normally wouldn't want to do, especially in front of the customer. So that's the real big breakthrough here for Airsled that we wanted to share with folks at UASA and the folks that are listening to the webinar. The other thing that I introduced is this completely new light duty appliance mover model. It's rated to lift 450 pounds. I think that, and it's probably not a secret, if you go to any of the big box stores or through your own experiences, 450 pounds really gets you through a lot of appliances that you're going to run into. And by the way, this is going to be our most competitively priced system. And it has a couple of other interesting characteristics. Number one, you'll see the blower itself is much smaller. So, I'm sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
Sorry, a quick, would two of these move 900-pound machine?
Yes, two of them would.
Okay, perfect, thanks.
So you'll see right away that the blower takes on a slightly different form. These are our more traditional blowers. This one is the stouter one. It does not have a vacuum cleaner capability. The longer one does the conversion capability to a vacuum cleaner. This thing right here looks more like a paint gun, almost like a little pistol. The air beams are also smaller. They're 7 inches wide by 36 inches long. That's because the lifting capacity of our system is a function of how strong the blower is and the surface area of the air beams themselves. So with a smaller blower that has less horsepower and the smaller air beams, when we bring that together, it gives you this 450-pound weight rating. Now, a small little secret is that, yes, can this move a little bit more than 450 pounds? It can. We don't recommend that you try to use this to replace some of our other systems if you truly are running into homes where you're going to have some of the more higher end type of appliances. But like I said, if you work in a market or support a market where those are, especially the luxury appliances, are few and far in between, the light duty one might be a little bit more appealing to you. And it's also great as a tool for people that are in that multifamily property maintenance type of role, where those apartments, multifamily units generally have more of those entry level or less luxury style of appliances. But at the end of the day, what's really nice is that this is only about 11 pounds when it's on your shoulder. The blower, the air beams, there's a shoulder strap. It comes with those 4 plastic rough surface adapters that all of our systems come with. And so like I said, so this really is the big breakthrough for Airsled anyways, the variable speed performance and the 450-pound rated light duty Airsled model. So right now, we're at the point where it makes sense to show these video demonstrations. Sarah, I thought maybe for me to do that, I will turn on my screen share in order to launch them, because I don't think I can launch the video through this screen.
Okay.
All right, let me turn this on. Okay, maybe that's not what I wanted to
It
do.
will. Open your program and then that
Yeah.
multiple screen will go away.
Yep, I'm getting to that. Uh, okay, hold on a second. Okay, so are we back? Can people see the screen in a normal view?
Yep, it looks good.
Okay. All right, so the first video is a general overview of the variable speed performance and just kind of summarizing how it works. So yeah, this unfortunately is not playing the sound, but the video kind of tells the story.
And Stan, we can put this video when they download to rewatch this so they
Okay.
can hear it.
Okay, great. So what you're seeing is the traditional single speed air sled systems, and now these are the blowers across all of them that show the dial, and this is the dial. So you could see there is a gradual lifting of the appliance. So you're in total control of regulating the airflow, and you could see that the air beams are gradually inflating. And like I said, this really significantly enhances the safety and the performance of the air sled systems. Again, another shot with a refrigerator and very tight cabinetry. And you could see that, even things on rollers will inevitably leave those marks on wood floors. And if you're dealing with a finicky homeowner, I know I am, it'll just, this just gives you that better option. It's not your only option, but we do believe that we are, certainly offer a really good alternative as a tool of the trade for folks that are moving appliances. This next video here, I promised would help show the actual light duty model. And so I'll let you kind of watch it as I talk in the background here. Again, blower, air beams, T-connector, hoses. It's going to come in two different flavors, single speed and variable speed. Some people just don't need variable speed, and that model will be about $30 less. So it's $470 or $500, depending on the variable speed feature or not. And in general, the variable speed option adds $30 to the typical pricing of the single speed models. So we think that that $30 pays very rapid dividends, especially in those situations with tight overhead clearance. So you can see here, the air beams are more narrow, they're smaller, they're just as long, but it does give the light duty appliance mover just an overall smaller profile and much lower weight in terms of what you have to carry with you. So that's the model itself, and now let's try to take a look at the light duty model actually moving some of the heavier duty stuff here. And this is, I think, something that everybody has run into, whether you're working in, kind of the smallest outskirts of the most rural community to, the most metropolitan high-end, apartment or condo. There is a proliferation of these stacked units because they save space. They don't make servicing easy, but that's not what the resident thinks about. But you can see how this light duty model fully does the job of moving these stacked washer and dryers out of the way with tremendous ease. and safety. So like I said, we think that there's an opportunity for this lighter duty model for markets that are, perhaps you're not going to see so many of those, larger, more luxury style appliances, but you're still going to run into these types of stacked washer dryers. And here, this demonstration, this is a typical top load washer, completely loaded to the brim with water and wet towels, just to kind of demonstrate. This thing weighs about 400 pounds. And you can see that with the light duty model, it's moving it without any issue. I just didn't have the space. And that's me, by the way, in the video itself. I just was not in a place where it was easy to get it any further than what I'm showing you. But if I had the runway, that entire washer would have easily been pulled out. Now, let me also just, again, in the spirit of kind of, the topic of property maintenance and multifamily servicing appliances and things that, you may find in apartments. This is just another video. Again, there's only so many ways you can show how our products move things. But this is another one of those very common scenarios where you may need to, if you're, support multifamily institutions with services, or just, that's something that you cater to. You're going to run into these combo units, these laundry centers, and you could see again right away that this is the dial. You have a lot of control with inflating and controlling the rate of rise of the appliance. And then, just as with everything else that we've shown, you can see how easily and carefully the appliance gets pulled out of a very, very tight installation without some of the risk that may be associated with this. Now, again, this is an apartment, so perhaps the work that gets done here is not the same as in a person's private residence, but we still feel that our products give technicians a really good capability in their tool belt that they may need to pull out in those key moments, key situations where they really just don't have a second person to help them, or trying to do it the way they normally would just lead to some risk and possibly some property damage, some equipment damage, or just be unsafe to themselves. So that's the presentation. Now let me go ahead and take this off of the mode here. Okay, bear with me here while I. Did I end that?
You're on camera now.
Okay, sorry about that. Let me get the slides back up.
Here, I can do it real quick for you. Okay. Does anybody have any questions you'd like to submit to Stan? I have one of our major problems is dishwashers, where the new tile is over the front legs. Will this aid in removing the front part of the dishwasher? If it does, what is the amount of clearance needed between the dishwasher and the countertop?
So if I'm trying to understand, somebody laid the tile down right up to the edge of the dishwasher, and now there's a lip in front of the dishwasher that is a hassle. Is that?
I think, yeah, so I'm thinking they'd have to just get it over that tile.
Yeah. So I think there's, and that's a really great question, because I wish I could find a scenario where I can possibly film that. So let me try to explain it to you this way. we are always going to have a constraint of how much clearance is between the dishwasher and the countertop. So the way that you could possibly utilize any one of our products, especially the variable speed, is that you can stick an air beam under the appliance, one or two air beams, and start gradually lifting up the appliance so it just clears the front edge of the tile. Now, if you don't have enough overhead space with the countertop, you're going to be stuck there. Unfortunately there's only so much. If the clearance is less than the thickness of the tile.
I think we lost you, Stan. Stan? We had some technical issues earlier with Stan, and Stan, we lost you. We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Okay. Did that answer your question, Kenya? I hope so. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't hear Stan. Let's see. Oh no, it looked fabulous. Okay. Well, Kenya, I'll connect you with Stan and set you up with him so you can get the rest of his question answered, or the rest of your question answered. Because Stan, she said it looks like you had fabulous information for her. So we will go ahead and end this. Unless anyone else has any questions, I can answer. We want to thank Stan. Today's had some technical difficulties, so we appreciate that he was able to join us anyway, and to make the accommodations that he did so that we could have him on. We look forward to seeing you all in our next webinar. Hopefully you can join us next week. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Thank you.